Hi, how are you today? I have another project using Flowering Tulips Bundle. And look at this. Do you get flowers from Trader Joe's? Isn't that just pretty? Doesn't that look maybe like this? Love that. So this project, pretty card, huh? Has a little bit of a different opening. And this piece right here kind of tucks right into there. Just like that. The bow brings it all together. It's really pretty. And these are the new polished dots in the mini catalog. So we will be using Flowering Tulips Bundle and Special Moments Sale Aberration Stamp Set. So if you order $100, you could get this for free, and look at all those great words in it. So I wanted to use it before it goes away. Okay, let's get started on this. So here are the polished dots. We'll put those on at the end. And this is the ribbon. This is Pale Papaya. And I think it's something like open weave ribbon. That's for the words. We could do that. So the words, I'll do it just like this one that says, Hello Sunshine. Here it is. And I'll do that in, I guess I could do it in the Evening Evergreen, but I'll do it in Memento. Okay. And for the dies, I'm using tulip dies, ornate frames, which is what I'll use for this, which looks like that with the stitching around it. Also, Stitch So Sweetly is for this piece of the mother pearl paper, which is really pretty. And then layering circles for these scallop circle and then the plain circle in the back. And we'll do that in just a minute. And I'll list everything on my blog. My blog is JilliBling.com, and I'll have a list of all the products used and links to my store. Okay, so this here, I have washi tape on it. Just if you do more than one die at a time, it's nice to have washi tape, because it's terrible when you take it out from the other side and it's shifted. So I'm going to cut this part out. So we got the words done. This is for stamping the flowers on. This is inside. Here's my little template for the fold, and I'll show you about that. Let's start there. Okay. So on my cutter score, I'm going to score at 1 3/8 and then shift it over and score it at 5 5/8. Okay, so here it is. And I'll put a picture of the template on my blog too. So I just wanted to make sure that the inside center part of the card, this part right here, was a standard size, which is 4 1/4. Okay, that looks good. Turn it this way. That's for stamping the flowers on. Let's see, where are those dies? So the mother of pearl gets this fancy die. Isn't that pretty? Look how sparkly it is. It seems like whatever colors you put it with, it picks up the colors. I'm seeing a lot of the greens in there, some of the papaya. And I could cut it just like that, but if I turn it at a bit of an angle, it seems to fit better. Okay, so I'm going to cut that. And these pieces are for the layering circles. The plain circle will be on the Evening Evergreen and the scallop circle. And I think that these are the two biggest dies in the die set. So I just want a hint of the scallop. Like, see right here? Just a little bit showing. Okay, so this is coming together. And then that's for the flowers, leaves, and stems. Okay, how about if we do some stamping? So this is a 2-step stamp, and it says right down here, images 90% 2-step. So to make the big flower, it's these, and I like that in the center, like the little stamens, the seeds. I'll do that in black. These two go together, and these two go together. And you could stamp it in 2 different colors that are somewhat coordinating, like the pale papaya and probably pumpkin would look good, or pale papaya and coral would look good. But this time I'm just going to stamp off. So, start with the big one. And pale papaya. So I'm going to start with the detail. So when you look at these two, there's one that has a little bit finer lines. Like, see this, how, particularly look at this part right here. See how that's just a fine line, and over here it's a little bit thicker. So the thicker part I'm going to stamp off. So this one I'm going to do full strength, full strength, full strength, and these 3 will be stamped off. So, full strength, pretty. Now this one, stamp off, and then go right over the top. And it just kind of fills in the rest of the flower with just a lighter color of the same size, same outline shape. So this one I'll do detail, is full strength, and this one, which kind of looks like a heart, that one I'll stamp off. Okay, and finally full strength, then stamp off. Okay, let me put these back in order because we'll be doing these on the inside of the card too. So let me hold that up. So you can see the full strength is the detail one, and the stamp off kind of fills in more of the flower. Full strength stamp off, full strength stamp off. And this one, I'm going to put the little black, little seed things in it. Just like that. Okay, I'll use that for the inside too. Okay, so now for the leaves, those are going to be an evening evergreen, which matches this paper and the designer paper. So I will do, there's 2 different leaves. See these 2 here? A longer one and then a shorter one. So I'll do maybe 1 of these and 2 of these, and then because there's 3 flowers, 3 stems. You know, let me try something. So when I'm looking at this, see how I didn't get a good stamped image right there? And if you have an old stamp set, that's not a problem. If you have a brand new stamp set, it can be a problem. So you could do this, but do it at your own risk, where you just take it, kind of brush the nail file over the stamp, maybe in a few different directions, because when they make it, it's like there's a layer of something on the polymer or rubber, and after you wash it a few times and use it a few times, it's just fine. But at first, let's see if this makes it any better. But like I say, do it at your own risk. Okay. So now you know why I do that. That, it just doesn't pick it up. This one is completely filled in. Much better. Okay, so just a little bit in different directions. Okay, so I'll do 3 of these. I don't know if I'll use them all. I'm trying to leave room for the 3 stems. Okay. Hope I left room. One more. Should have a plan here. Think I could do it? Look at that. Okay, we have Stampin' Done. And what's great about this bundle is look at all these. And again, I use washi tape just because when I run them through all at once, I have priors for it all shifting, then I'm frustrated. And it's probably better to separate these. Separate them before you run them through your machine, just because you don't want to keep running these pieces over and over through your machine, because then they'll pick up the pattern on your die cut plates, your cutting plates, which, if they're old, they could be a mess. Almost. Okay, so I'm going to die cut these pieces with the dies. And there they are. Okay, let's get to assembling this. Oh. Do you see these little X's on here? That is this right here in the stamp. And I was thinking maybe emboss it with clear, like heat embossing, or just a little background something. But I really like how this turned out. So just random places, evening evergreen on evening evergreen, just for a little pattern. And I know a lot of this will be covered by the DSP and the circle and the flowers, but I'd rather have it everywhere rather than missing a spot. Just random. That looks pretty good. Okay. Done. So let's start assembling and see where we are with this. So these pieces can just get stuck together. Oh, and this paper, the striped paper, is from the Pansy pack of paper. Okay, so when you layer this on, to put it right in the middle, you have to have it overlap about this much right here. So if you want, you can have it way off to the side. I think I like it in the middle, so I'll just keep it right there. Yeah, I measured it just to make sure. Before I stick it down, that looks equal. When I did this one right here, it was crooked, so I knew I had to pull it up. Okay, and then we can layer the circle. I love that mother of pearl paper. So pretty. This goes on. That looks about centered. Those little edges. Okay. And now this gets stuck on with dimensionals, and I stuck it on just this side. So if it goes here, like right about there, then the dimensionals are going to go under just right here. So I'll put this one here. That one there. And this one here. They're probably in a little bit close, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And then to line it up, I'm looking at, I think that this width of this top little mound is equal to the size of the designer paper. Trying to line them up. Somewhat close. It doesn't have to be perfect. Once you put the flowers on, you won't notice any of that. Okay, so there it is. And this part just kind of tucks right into there. Okay, let's make us some flowers. So for the flowers, take this one. Oh, let me show you something. So see these stems? And I'll hold this up here close in just a minute. So the stems, this part is the bottom, and that part that holds the flower is the top. So they're all going off to the right. But if you flip one of these over, that one's going off to the left. So put a dimensional on that. And I'm putting a dimensional on the part that goes into the dirt, not the part that attaches to the flower. You know what, let me make it a little bit of a longer stem. Maybe. So now this can go on here. So now this flower looks like it's leaning off to the left, and the other two can be leaning to the right. Okay, so that, and I'm just going to set it on here lightly, but you know what? Everything really sticks to this paper, so hold on. I'll take one of these, and you know what? I'll put one more dimensional, and I'm purposely going to leave the dimensionals toward the inside so I could still tuck the leaves underneath. Now get this in the center on the bottom, just so that the bow could cover this area. Okay, let's do that big flower. So it will go about there. Put this right at the top. Right there. Okay. A few more dimensionals, and notice how I'm leaving the edges free so that I could tuck the leaves in there. Okay. And when I put the bow right here, it's like it's gathering them all together. And one more. Way up at the top. You know, that has a big white edge. I'm going to trim it a bit, because I want you to see the stem going underneath the flower. Okay. Maybe one more. How about right there? And I like how all these are crossing right about here. Okay, so now for the leaves. And I'm just going to lay them out. And I have to think about where should this go and how will the leaves look. That's good. Stay down. Okay. This one maybe tucked underneath right there. The big one, that could go underneath that little flower. And then this one, thinking it might be better without it. Okay. So to put these on, I think I'm going to use maybe a dimensional on the end. Dimensional on the end, and then liquid glue down here on the part that attaches to the stem. Kind of floating right there. Okay, and this one, how about right like that? I don't know. I don't know that I want to cover up that flower. So dimensional. And then I was going to put liquid glue here, but sliding it underneath, I'd slide glue all over everything, and I don't want to do that. A little bit too snug. Okay, it's going to go over that one. So I'll put the liquid glue right here. Everything likes to stick to that pearl paper. Okay. And then this one, just like that. Right here. That could go right like that. Okay, so all these little pieces, all these stems, put liquid glue right on here. Kind of hold them down, and the bow will help hold them down too. Okay, and then the words can go here. I'll put the bow on first. So this one I'm going to do a triple bow, which if you know how to do a double bow, you just do it around one extra time. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Okay, trim up the ends. So this could go right here as if it's holding the bouquet together. And that I'll do with glue. Right there. Those are nice words. Then the bow can go on with glue dots. I might put an extra glue dot just to make sure it hangs on. It's kind of floating out there. Okay. Looking good. And then polished dots. So polished dots come in clear, and I think this is petal pink, but it's close enough to kind of match this pale papaya. Just random places. Doesn't show up on the green. Okay, that looks good. So for the inside, oh, I like how that turned out. So inside papers, on the outside it says hello sunshine, and then I couldn't wait for a special occasion. Okay, and then the flowers in papaya, and that's going to be the two-step stamping again. So this one is full strength. Now I'll do another one of those. I like this one in particular because I get to put the little black centers in it, and I think that looks nice. This is Stamp Off. Okay, and then the medium-sized one. And this is the Stamp Off one. Oh, that looks like it has green on it. You know why? Because I stamped off over here on the green. Hold on. That's no good. Okay. Let's try it again. So, that's a detailed one. Here and there. And this is a Stamp Off one. Don't stamp off on the green. Ooh. Did you hear something? That was startling. Not on the green. And then finally the little one. Full strength. I'm going to leave room for that stem, so I'll put this one here. And there. This one, I don't know that you could see the Stamp Off area. A little bit. Okay, and then the green leaves and stem. And that's in Evergreen. Start with the stem. Just a little bit shows. Okay, and then a few leaves. I think that's it. Okay. Oh, the flower centers in Memento. I love those flower centers. Yeah, see how you could see the green? It's like, where is that coming from? Stamp Off. So there it is. I will put pictures on my blog and a list of all the products used. Isn't that pretty? And all the paper cut sizes too. And thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.